everyone, this is my first YouTube video. I feel like I've always wanted to do YouTube, but I never did because I didn't want anyone to think I was like cringy or whatever. I don't know. But that's out the window. I'm here at Malibu. I'm not gonna tell you which beach because it is my favorite one and I will gatekeep it as long as I can. It is the day after the 4th and it's pretty peaceful, only because I feel like not a lot of people know about this beach. But anyways, I want to talk about my first video about being alone. And I'll probably edit it at one point, but I want all of my videos to be super transparent and no edits. Because I want it to be like a self podcast. I don't want any guests, maybe in the future, but as for now, I just want to talk about my life and how I'm doing. So to start off, this year I lost my dad earlier in the year, and I didn't find out until the middle of the year. It is July, so little past the middle of the year now, so if you kind of get the timeline. It was a shock, but at the same time it wasn't. What was a shock is I got left nothing. Not talking about money, not talking about inheritance, talking about his presence, his soul, his clothing, his pictures. I have nothing. So that is pretty hard just because not only did I lose someone, I don't really have a lot to remember him by. Anyways, I've always been alone. I'm an only child. I have left my house when I was 15. I went to a boarding school. And I've always been very confident but insecure at the same time. Confident because I had to show everyone to not mess with me because I was alone. Insecure because I wasn't sure what I was doing 90% of the time. I did all my college apps by myself. My mom lives in Japan. My whole family lives in Japan. I moved out to America once again by myself. I am born here, so I do have citizenship here, but not having family in the same country as yourself, not having the support system, not knowing how to get a job, how to do housing, rent, credit cards, cars, loans, everything. Learning that day by day by myself. And a lot of people don't realize that, I guess, about me. Because I did go to like private school, everyone kind of seems like their parents are helping them out one way or another. It is post-grad, it just hit a year post-grad. And for myself to be living in a one-bedroom by myself, doing everything by myself is honestly insane to me. I am very proud of myself. And I just really cherish the moments where you can be alone because you have certain thoughts about yourself, about your week, about things that you can't really process any other way but to just sit down with your thoughts. So I really do believe that being by yourself is super important. But I also think sharing those moments with people. I'm a very social person, so if you take me out, I won't be sitting in a corner by myself. I'll definitely make 100% of where I am and make friends, make connections, like ask people where they're from, ask people about their lives, what they do for work, not in a pretentious way, but how they what mindset led to them to land that job, to do that certain passion of themselves, because you learn so much about the other person, but not because about the other person, but how each and every single person is a different person and I'm a very creative person, so to learn how people's minds work is very, very fascinating to me. So I just love talking to people, and I definitely want to keep doing that for the rest of my life, whether that be career-wise, whether that be for myself. Yeah. But I do believe that people should spend a full whole day by themselves once a week, whether that be a weekday. I'm talking like 24 hours alone, and that can be after work. Work does not count as alone time, by the way, because you are around people. So after work, if that's 8 hours after work that you are alone, plus the next 3 days, that's 24 hours. So I do encourage people to be by themselves one day per week, because you just learn so much about yourself. I know a lot about myself, but I still am learning. What I'm learning is probably more career-based, because I don't really know exactly what career I think I would shine in. I've always wanted to do law. I'm a very, very big negotiator. I feel bad, but every time I go to a restaurant, not a restaurant actually, take that back, maybe like a grocery store, thrift shopping, getting my car fixed, rent, anything that you can kind of control the amount, I don't think I've ever paid full price. I've always known different deals, different weeks to go to certain places. I do a lot of my research. That's a really big one. But that all came with not having any help from my family. I think is really big. And living in America without my family has been really big. But just am very blessed to see this clear ass water behind me. I'm literally like just grateful to be alive. My father's passing taught me this huge lesson where I cannot take life for granted. Do what you want to do every day. And that's not being selfish. There's two different sides. Number one, if you're in a group setting, or if you have your daily tasks that you need to do, whether that be going to work, paying your bills, you know, talking to your family, talking to your friends, talking to your loved ones, taking care of all the above, that's something that you kind of just have to do. So if you're in that situation and you're like, oh, like, I'm just gonna go do what I want to do, that's selfish, because if they're always there for you and you decide to just leave work or leave your whatever because you want to, that is selfish. But if those people are affecting you mentally, physically, emotionally in a draining way where you can't shine or think straight, that's when you can leave. So, and that's what I do. So if I'm at a party, if I'm with family or friends, and I feel like I can't think straight, I'm not myself, and I don't have this inner spark in me anymore, I fully stand up and I leave. And that's why I have a lot of faith in myself, because every time I leave, I open my eyes and I'm in this position where I've only dreamt to be in. And no one in my family is sitting with a blue ocean behind them. So that was my first video. I definitely want to talk about values in my next video, so stay tuned.